Chad Knaus joins the NASCAR Hall of Fame as part of the 2024 class. So, Chad, how has this week been, and how have you leaned in to the honor? Like, are you geeking out about the jacket and the ring and the spire you're going to get?
I'm really excited about it. I am. It's been a fantastic week. Everybody at Hendrick Motorsports gathered for a champagne toast that Jeff Andrews and Jeff Gordon kind of tricked me into and kind of caught me off guard. Got me a little emotional on that one, I'm not going to lie. But it's really been neat, the week itself, because I've gotten so many text messages from so many cool people that have contributed to my career, all the way from the foundation years of racing in the Midwest to people that helped me down south when I first moved down here. So really been a good week of reflection for me. It's really kind of hit me a couple of times, and it's been a true honor to be able to be in this position.
You're being inducted with your longtime driver, Jimmie Johnson. As you look back on your time together, how did you guys complement each other? Like, what did he need that you had, and vice versa?
Yeah, it's interesting. So this is part of my speech that you're kind of putting out there, but I don't know that I was always the right guy for Jimmie, right? But I was always trying to do right by Jimmie. And that's the one thing. And I think that I always tried to do what was best for him, the team, Hendrick Motorsports, even when we weren't always clicking. And I think that Jimmie knew that. I think, deep down, as much as we would get ourselves into a situation where maybe we argued or bickered, and that's historic, we all understand that, he always knew I was doing or trying to do what was best for the group.
Is Hall of Famer Chad Knaus different than crew chief Chad Knaus? Have you evolved? Are you still as intense as we remember you? Have you mellowed out? How do you compare to what you look at in your career?
I've definitely mellowed for sure. And I needed it though, right? But for the time, you know how I was back then. I was very intense and very driven and very focused on what we had going on, but that's what I needed to be at that time. And I wasn't always the most pleasant person in the world, but again, I go back to the fact that it was only because I was trying to do my job. Now married, a couple of children, and hundreds of folks that I get to work with day in and day out, as opposed to the smaller group that we had. You have to change your approach, and I've been very fortunate to have mentors like Jeff Gordon, Rick Hendrick, Ray Evernham, who have coached me through this to get me to the point where I really enjoy now working with the folks, the guys and the gals, the people that make the machine run, as opposed to necessarily just the machine.
We hear the names Rick Hendrick, Ray Evernham, Jeff Gordon, Jimmie Johnson. As part of your story, are there any unsung heroes, names that we don't hear as much that maybe deserve a spotlight in getting you to where you were?
You better have a lot of tape, because you don't even use tape anymore. But you can go back. Ron Malik, Austin Konetsky, Jimmy Lauder, who was my right-hand guy in the Midwest. He passed away late last year. He was the one that we were literally laying in bed, excuse me, in Rockford, Illinois during short track championships, watching a cup race on TV. And I said, I'm going to go down there and do that. And I can remember he looked over at me and said, well, Chadwick, I'll help you pack, because if you go down there, you're going to be the best that ever was. I remember him saying that. And to have that type of support and encouragement when I was 15 years old, 16 years old, was really phenomenal. So there's so many people that have helped me. Lynn Hess, who was my administrative assistant for years, she helped guide me down the path to get me to the racetrack. Otherwise I wouldn't, because I would lose my head. So there's just so many people that have helped me along the way that I'm indebted to for forever.
Congratulations on an honor very well deserved.
Thank you. I appreciate it.